Even when you do like quit the job, find the partner, move across the country, whatever it is, you're taking yourself with you and you're taking your energy with you and your vibration with you. So unless you adjust those things, you may keep encountering the same situation again and again. And I wonder if anyone's had that experience where maybe you just are waiting to get a better job and you know you'll feel better once you get a different job, and then you get a different job and it's like the same situation because you keep bringing that same lens and those same energies and vibrations to those new situations. And I don't want you to hear that and be like, oh man, this is all my fault, and shame yourself and guilt yourself and all that. Don't take that route. Take the empowering route of, wow, I really do have so much control over my reality and how I experience things. And I can feel whatever it is I want to feel: love, abundance, connection, freedom, whatever, right now. Don't wait for the externals to show up. Don't wait for that. Feel the way you want to feel now. Welcome to Alignment Adventures. This is a podcast where we explore what it means to live a fulfilling, aligning, and present life. I'm your host, Linda Tanner, and I am so grateful that you are here. Hello, my loves, and welcome back to Alignment Adventures. I just love being in this space so much. It brings me so much joy to have these deep conversations with all of you. So just thank you for sharing it with me and being a part of the Alignment Adventure. I just hope I can convey how much it means to me to just be in this space. It brings me so much joy. So just a reminder to do the things that also bring you joy, because it's just such a fun energy to be in, and we need more of that energy in our world. So today I want to talk about something that I know I've talked about before, but it never hurts to go back and hit it again and maybe go even deeper. But it has to do with a way that we can be really wasting our time and energy. And for a lot of us, we can really waste our time and energy, which are two of our most precious resources, our time and energy, our attention, all of that, on wanting to be in a different spot than we are, and just like waiting for our external reality to catch up with like where we think we should be. And I'm going to give you some examples and how it really backfired for me. And it was such a beautiful lesson to me to not have this mentality and to start feeling the way you want to feel right now. So the best example of this would be 2 years ago when I quit my job, which I think I'm going to do a whole video, either a podcast or a video on my YouTube channel, talking about all the things that I've learned since quitting my job. I can't believe that was 2 years ago, and that was such a big manifestation for me. I wanted to quit my job pretty badly so I could do this full time, and I have been, along with momming full time, and I've just learned so much. But one of those top lessons is not waiting until you do the thing to feel the way you want to feel. So for example, I just was convinced that once I quit my job and I was doing this full time, that I would feel like a legitimate podcaster, and I would just feel so much more free and just really have it all figured out, and everything would take off, and just like as soon as I would get there, I would feel better. And that was not the case. When I quit my job, life got really chaotic in a lot of really beautiful ways, and in a lot of like hard ways. That was right when we moved back to the Midwest and we were working on the RV, and we all know how the RV journey turned out, even though we did just return to RV life. I just posted a video on my YouTube channel of us going to Branson in our friend's RV, and that was such a healing experience for us. Honestly, by the time this episode comes out, that video will have been out for a while, but go check it out if you're interested. You may not think like returning to an RV would be such a healing experience, but it was. Like revisiting it, I was like, okay, we did the best we could, because I kind of had some regrets there. Like, did we try it the hardest that we needed to? Like, could we have done something differently to make RV life work out? And I'm very confident to say that we did everything we could and it's just not our season. It's fun to do for little weekend trips here and there, and I think we will get one eventually, but it just really helped me like seal that chapter of my life and not have regrets. Not that I had regrets, but just like lingering thoughts of like, oh, could I have been more prepared, blah, blah, blah. So back to me quitting my job and me feeling like once I quit my job, I'll solve all my problems. That is not how I felt. And I feel like even more problems came to the surface, or more things came to the surface for me to realize, especially taking on the role as a full-time stay-at-home mom, which it eventually led into that after we did full-time RV life and that failed. The point I'm trying to make with this is that it can be a very dangerous place to be if you think once I buy the house, get the job, find the partner, quit the job, travel more, lose weight, make more money, have this amount in my bank account, you name it, then all my problems will be solved, is a very dangerous place to be, because that is more than likely not going to solve all your problems. Even if you have all the money in the world, like think of all the unhappy millionaires and billionaires out there. And I don't want to put that out there either. Like you should be scared to make more money, because it doesn't have to be that way. But it just goes to show that that's like not where our true happiness lies. And this is a random tangent, but we're going to go there. It's not a bad thing to want more abundance and to want more money, but like don't think that those things, those externals are going to fix internally what is going on, or like make you feel completely different on the inside. I just know so many instances of that where you're working so hard for something, and I can think of things that I'm working hard for right now or that I want to manifest. And I'm like, Lindsay, once you get that thing, you may not feel the way you think you're going to feel. And that is very disorienting. So what we can do now is allow ourselves to feel that way now before we even quit the job or lose the weight or meet the partner or whatever it is. Can you feel the way you want to feel right now in this moment? And you can. You have full autonomy over that. I'm not saying it's always easy. I'm not saying it's like natural to stay in that state, because it can be very natural for us to go to our like old conditioning and old programming where we're like worried about things or just hustling and working so hard for the next thing. But just consider, like, what feeling could I invite more into my current reality, into my current experience, into my present moment? What feeling do I want to feel more of? And can I allow that in regardless of my externals? Can I allow myself to feel more freedom, more joy, more connection, more abundance right now, even though it may not be in my externals yet? That is like Abraham Hicks' number one teaching. And they are like the OG, maybe not the OG, but like one of the most famous teachers of the law of attraction and manifestation is feel the way you want to feel now before you get the thing. Because if you think about it from a quantum physics level, and we can connect this back to all the science and spirituality episodes I did last year, which I love doing those so much, and I want to get back to those. It just requires more research on my part, but we're going to get back to those. So let me know any topics you want me to dive into. From a quantum physics level, we do create our reality. Our internal reality creates our external reality. And that can be really hard for the mind to accept. And you're like, but what if this? But you know, you have so many questions when I say that. But it's true. You have so much power and control and how you experience your reality. And it's really just a matter of allowing yourself to feel the way you want to feel right now in this present moment. And that doesn't mean negating all the negative feelings, because those aren't going to go away. We're still going to feel them and move back up the emotional scale. Like I always say, like Abraham Hicks says, and don't be like me and think that, okay, once I quit my job, I will feel like a legitimate podcaster and I will feel so much more free and like I'm on my life's purpose and blah, 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 blah. It was a rocky road after I quit my job, just internally, like a lot of things that came up. And I do feel that way now. Like I still love podcasting so much. I love it so much. I wouldn't be doing it if I didn't love it. And I'm feeling so much more confident in this role. But it took time. And the point that Abraham Hicks makes when they have this whole spiel of like, don't wait to feel the feelings, like feel it now, is even when you do like quit the job, find the partner, move across the country, whatever it is, you're taking yourself with you and you're taking your energy with you and your vibration with you. So unless you adjust those things, you may keep encountering the same situation again and again. And I wonder if anyone's had that experience where maybe you just are waiting to get a better job and you like know you'll feel better once you get a different job, and then you get a different job and it's like the same situation because you keep bringing that same lens and those same energies and vibrations to those new situations. And I don't want you to hear that and be like, oh man, this is all my fault, and shame yourself and guilt yourself and all that. Don't take that route. Take the empowering route of, wow, I really do have so much control over my reality and how I experience things. And I can feel whatever it is I want to feel: love, abundance, connection, freedom, whatever, right now. And I don't do this perfectly. I need this reminder too. Hello, all the episodes I make are reminders for myself. But it is such a beautiful reminder to just like feel the way you want to feel now. Don't wait for the externals to show up. Don't wait for that. Feel the way you want to feel now. And then I would be very interested to hear if those externals do show up, maybe in the way you expected and maybe not. Like I've said, we've talked about this so many times on the podcast, but I just wanted to give you a really specific and tangible example with me quitting my job, since that was 2 years ago, and what that experience was like for me. I definitely want to dive deeper into those lessons. So let me know if you're interested in a video or episode about that. And maybe just gift yourself some time and space this week to figure out what you want. Maybe you don't even know what feelings you want or where you're heading or where you're going. And that's okay too. But like maybe just take some time to consider, what do you want to cultivate more of in your life? Because it starts with you. And then when you allow yourself to feel it, it truly radiates out to everything in your surroundings. That is quantum physics. And on an epigenetic level, when we allow ourselves to feel those higher vibration emotions, that changes our internal chemistry, which changes how our genes are expressed. Like there's so many rabbit holes we can go down when it comes to this stuff. When we allow ourselves to feel higher vibration, emotion, and energy, it truly affects us mentally, spiritually, physically, all the way. So like, stop holding yourself back. Stop wasting your time and energy on waiting for the thing to arrive so then you can feel good, and feel good now. Stop wasting your time and energy. I'm talking to myself too. Stop wasting your time and energy waiting for the externals when you have full control over your own internal feelings and vibrations and energy. So let's end this episode with a little card pull, because it's been really fun to do that. And I'm just interested to see which one we get for this episode. If you're curious, I've been using the Soul Whispers card deck. It's hard for me to say for some reason. From Dreamy Moons. It's just an artist I love to follow on Instagram. She's Australian. Love her artwork. Love getting things from her, even though it's hard to get things from Australia sometimes. And I've just been loving this card deck because the artwork is so pretty. Love how they're each like gold. If you're watching on YouTube, you've seen them before if you've been around, but if you're new here, I just love playing around with oracle decks and stuff like that. It's just fun to me because they all have just like lighthearted, fun messages that you need to hear in that moment. So we're setting the intention of what is a message that everyone needs to hear in this current time and space. Okay, this is one I haven't had yet. Put your bare feet on the damp earth, stand in the sun, feel the rain on your skin, ground yourself. I'll show you a little picture. That's needed. That is needed and very perfect for this episode, because we can get so caught up in all the things we may think that we need. And there's nothing wrong with dreaming and having goals. That's a beautiful, beautiful thing. But grounding ourselves is so important. And I do try to do that, especially when Arlo's playing outside. He even tells me to do it. Like, he knows how important it is. He's like, come out in the grass, mommy. Literally putting your feet in the grass, like there's so much science behind it, but it's something about the ions that are released. It just like balances everything, and it's so good for you. And it's just important to ground ourselves every once in a while, because we can definitely get lost in the chase of things and lost even on the pursuit of living your most aligning, fulfilling, and present life. You can get lost. So grounding yourself by just placing your feet on the earth, or sitting down and meditating, or just taking a deep breath is so, so important. All right, my loves, I hope this episode was useful for you all. If it was, let me know your thoughts down in the comments, either on YouTube or on Spotify, or you can share your thoughts with me over on Instagram at Lindsay with an A, M as in Michelle Tanner. Share this episode with anyone that you think needs to hear this message. Subscribe if you're new here on any platform that you're listening to. We are on pretty much all platforms with this podcast. And I just appreciate your time and energy so, so much. Sending you all the love, all the highest vibes, and I'll see you in the next video.